It's a secret stream. Are you kidding me? That worked? Oh, fuck.
Onward.
Hello, polka dot.
Too slow. Mandate calls. Force. Behold.
Drive safe, tie a bow, and call that my signature. This out. Mark, one more.
Oh, in the world.
One strike.
Hello, persistent.
Finks demand.
Wait. Oh my god. Wait, he got caught. Oh my. Dude, what is that? This guy's so fucking tanky. I'll just do a normal rotation, man. Fuck.
Going against wind. Hands off my friends. Just
Son.
life is in everything. Drive safe.
One strike. Settle it all.
I can't believe how low the people here are right now. This is funny. I prefer it this way, to be honest. Having like 80 to 100 viewers is so taxing on me talking. The sweet spot is like 30 to 40, probably. That's a sweet spot. Oh, you can fly here, right? I forgot flight is a thing. New leaks out? Yeah, I've known about Kenpachi.
Onward.
I think it's a skip. I won't say for sure, Because like in Bleach Soul Resonance, it's more tempting to pull every character because, well, I can afford every character. But like I already have Bankai Ichigo. Why would I even you know what I'm saying? It might be better to just save. I've gotten everybody with weapons so far. I need to prioritize like, future limited supports for the attributes and uh what's it called? Oh yeah, strike DPS, strike DPS. Sweet spot is 100? Hell no. Not for me. Huh? Oh. I'm stupid. Have you been paying attention to the Wua story, or do you skip? I tried paying attention during Chisa's story because I really liked her. But I didn't fuck with it too much, so after that it just was what it was. I also tried to listen to Lahai Roy's too, but I got sick of it pretty quick. I always try to like give a story a shot for like I'd say the first, I don't know, like the first little bit, see if it, catches my eye, but it never does, so then I just start skipping 24/7. What do you think about Ameth after the buffs? I don't think her damage has really changed at all. I could check Chem's calc sheet, but like it's probably the exact same. Let me see. Either that or he just hasn't updated it. Yeah, she does like the exact same damage. Nothing really changed. It's higher by a few percentage points. I think she was like 2.301 before maybe, and now it's 2.318 for 2x rupture. It's like, yeah. It's not a game changer really. It's whatever. It doesn't really change her pull value. She was already basically the best DPS to invest in the game to begin with. Her new S3? Oh yeah, that's the biggest difference. The biggest difference is the S3. The previous S3 was like pretty undercooked. Now, well, her first two sequences are still shit, but now her S3 is strong. So it makes up for it for those going in the vertical investment. Man, you know what? I'm not going to complain because then people are going to call me a Hoyo shill. I've been complaining about Wua too much. But I hate how this game knows they sell the first two sequences in the shop, so then they make the S3 the bait. It's like, fuck, dude. Like, S3 in this game is basically just E2 and HSR. Oh wait, there's another one here. I will not play Enfield. Oh, this looks like an easy one. Don't get hit by the rocks and do 2 counterattacks. Easy. Oh. What the fuck? Why is this guy so aggressive? Did Luke get a sequence buff? Not really. I don't think so. Maybe slightly?
Mandate calls. False.
If I remember correctly, it used to be like 38, 39% jump to getting his S3,
Onward.
and now it's like 45%. So, not game changing, but I mean, some. Wait, what? Oh, I didn't perform 2 counterattacks. I'm stupid. What? Oh, by counterattack. Oh, that's what it means by counterattack. Okay. Okay. That makes more sense.
Did I mishear? Too slow.
Dude?
Too slow.
Oh shit, that was my chance.
Nothing that won't heal.
Wait. Oh my god, man. He went out of the camera perspective. Oh.
Interesting.
Dude,
Retreat to gain ground.
it's such a short ass window.
Fates demand respect.
Leave it to me.
My move is the blade.
Bask in the sunlight.
Dude, how? How am I supposed to get that? Like, is this game serious?
Did I mishear?
Roll for me. I can use some fertilizer.
I'm gonna die.
And just blowing through it. Life is in everything.
One strike. Settle it all.
Yeah. Wait, what? I literally waited until the thing was fully closed so I could use ResLib and it didn't count. Oh my goodness, man. Bosses are hard. This isn't even a boss. It's an elite. Arc Knight's Enfield best gacha. Glad you guys are enjoying it. Did my Woowa just black out? Did my woo just black out? I think my woo just blacked out, guys. Well, I need to restart my game. No, I'm not playing Arc Knights Enfield. Kuro gave up? Yeah, but Kuro has Galbraina. And they have Geshulin. And they have Rebecca, so... I don't care if they gave up. I haven't. Kratos. Till the next patch when we get no pulls, yeah. I seen a post on Reddit of someone who actually calculated, like they used their brains, right? They calculated pulls without taking into account first time pulls. So you could like get a taste for the pulls in future patches, and it was like 70 or 80. I mean, 70 or 80 isn't bad. If I remember correctly, 70 or 80 was like the threshold that they needed to hit for their gacha system to definitively be better than like Wu was. So technically, the game still is more free to play than Wu, even if they only give 70 or 80 a patch. If they did like 50, like that shit would have sucked. No, I think it's with events. It's like 80 with events. $80 is guaranteed 50/50. Yeah, but with the way the gacha system works in that game, you just wouldn't pull for that patch. Unless you're just feeling yourself. Yes, thank you for finally refreshing it. Would you pull for Master Chief if they were in Wuwa? Nah.
Going against wind.
You can pull up to 60 and it carries over and you get a 10 pull rebate. It only doesn't carry over for the
Going
spark.
against wind.
Yeah, but that's the issue. Like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Everly, from what I've heard, even though your pity from 1 to 79 carries over, apparently in the next patch, that 79 pity won't count towards the guarantee. So, you'd still, like, despite your 79 pity carryover, you'd still have to dump another 120, hitting a total of 200 pulls. I don't know if that's true. The guarantee is the spark it resets. Yeah, then like that shit is not worth it, dude. Did it seriously just do it again?
Wow, such a rare species. It's my lucky day.
Oh my. Like Kuro, man. Nice and stable. Like, man, twice within 5 minutes. I guess this shit is bugged and they probably aren't aware of it because no one's in Septimon anymore. Do you see the optimization in 3.1? Yeah, it's gonna go crazy, dude. Optimization will save lives. I got the same thing on my account, Blood, and then I just instantly quit. My buddy hit 2 limiteds and 1 standard. Why are you telling me this? Why are you telling me people's actual good luck? I prefer to hear people in despair. Can you stop ignoring Chixia? We good, bro. We good. The only person I answer to in this game is Yang Yang. If it ain't a Yang Yang, I don't want it. Whoops. PGR standard is cool as every character is added to the standard in 2 patches. What? Wait, they do that in PGR? It's like Kuro, man. What could have been? Give Wua your PGR pity system? Their banner? Oh, what could have been? Imagine having SK on the standard banner. Oh. Fuck. Is it really just this? Dude, how the fuck am I supposed to get that second one off on the Carousel, man? City boy. Oh, forgot about that.
Too slow. Nothing that
Hey, why is SK on this team? I mean, why isn't SK on this team? Dude. Okay, so I can't.
interesting.
So annoying. There's such a delay from the counter. Thank you. Okay, there's one. There's one.
Leave it to me.
Beautiful.
My move is
Don't blink. You'll miss the best part. Check this out. Mark. Tie a bow and call that my signature.
There we go.
keep up.
Yeah, but PGR has the shittiest controls of all time. And it's been out so long, so I don't even want to bother. Does that give me 100%? No? There's another one? Oh, shit. Perform 8 dodges. Oh, this one's hella easy. Okay. This is like the easiest one so far. I just need a dodge. That's what makes her so great, Leon.
Let's not linger.
Alright, I need to perform 8 dodges and I'm good.
Too slow.
I was abusing the wind one. There we go.
Mandate calls. Falls. Onward.
Wait, what? Reach battle rank S. These arbitrary fucking rules, dude. Oh my.
Let's not linger. Too slow.
Just one more dodge, man. You don't need to do the 2 dodge. Oh, really?
Behold this voice.
How in the world is this not going up to S, dude? How? Thank you. Wait, no, I need double S. Son! Son! Fuck!
Nothing you won't heal. Let's not linger. Behold this voice.
100% Septimonto. Just hit them with Marina? Wait, does it go off? I thought it went off how much damage you did. Does it go off like attack frequency? It's now damage. What's my pity? I have 50 pity exactly. I could nearly guarantee. I mean, I'm saying this shit and it's like I can't guarantee more nigh. That's for sure impossible. That's something I can't do. I can just keep praying I get her earlier. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
Into the wind. Let's not linger.
Alright. Let's do a little more. What's this? There's more of these. Hey, what's this one? 3 counterattacks and 6 dodge counters. Okay. Huh? What the fuck? I guess spawning on it is only a Septimont QOL.
Let's not linger.
Alright. Oh, my bad.
Restraint.
Dude, what am I doing? I'm actually slow because of how tired I am. Come on, come on. Oh shit, I should have taken the chance there. Wait. Yeah. Chill. Too tired to play. I'm forcing myself to try and fix the schedule, man. Alright.
I was here.
Alright, let me focus. Let me actually focus my eyes without, like, doing the thing I do with ants. There we go.
Nothing that won't heal. Interesting.
Damn it, dude. There's like a delay. It's because of the dodge counter. It'll do a dodge counter than just a normal basic strike.
Demand restraint.
Leave it to me.
Dude, oh my.
I see. Darkness.
Oh, I'm not built for this combat shit, dude. I'm not built for this, okay? You can blame the ping, I mean, probably.
Gotta go fast.
But it's also a skill issue. I could just, like, adapt to the ping. There we go. Thank you. Get that done. Oh, wait. Load it. Let it soak in a little more. And there we go. This was the closest. Alright. I need to get this pistol for my glob, man. I need it. Wait, didn't I already? Oh no, I did this on my Cartethia account. I've done this shit technically like 4 or 5 times on different accounts at this point. How was bro doing? Gooning. Alright, let's go, Lorelei. There we go. If I don't touch anything, this will do itself automatically, right? Yep. Okay. Enfield story bosses are as hard as holograms. That's like the last thing you could say to entice me to a game. Well, that sounds cool. I mean, from what I've heard, people are underestimating the Arknight's Enfield pull income. Because way more of the pulls is in exploration in the base game than in events and shit. But how much recurring pulls, I think, is currently predicted to be like 70 or 80. Are you ever going to fight Millennia blindfolded? No. I have heard like universally complaints about the story. That is the one thing I've seen like from all basically old players. They think the story's kind of mid. They also think like kind of similar to Rover. Like Rover and as well as like Endman have this similarity apparently, but apparently for Endman it's even worse. Where like for example, everywhere we go with Rover, it feels like his past self has been there or been like an important figure, right? But when it comes to Endman in Enfield, it's like literally everything he sees, everywhere he goes, he gets glazed for having made it. So people are complaining about that too.
If you insist.
Nothing can beat Bleach Soul Resonance and Gacha. I mean, that's like a high standard, man. It's such a high standard to beat Bleach Soul Resonance at this point. If I see like any big mainstream gacha that people are incredibly hyped for have a pity system on the level of Bleach Soul Resonance, I'd genuinely be shocked. Give me an early. No. Give me a variation because I still don't have one on this account. No? Okay.
Onward. Let's not linger.
I like min-maxing my factory. I've heard a lot of people are fucking with the factory system, which is nice to hear. It just ain't for me. I really think this is like... I've talked about it before, okay? This is the same issue I've always had with ZZZ. ZZZ is objectively a really solid gacha. I mean, no guaranteed weapon banner. That's always going to be a loss in these games as compared to Wuwa. But, like, it's in a really good game, right? But for some reason, I just can't fuck with ZZZ. I can't, like, maintain my hype with ZZ. It's like the same thing with Arknights. I can just tell after playing it. It's just not something I'd be able to play actively and look forward to.
Let's not linger.
That's why I haven't made a video on Enfield. Like, usually I'd give my thoughts on it. But it's like, one, I obviously haven't played enough through it, in my opinion, to even make a video. But also, it's much more, like, I just don't vibe with it, right? It ain't my thing. But, like, if someone else, you know, it is their thing and they give it a shot, I'm sure they'd fucking love it. It's just a subjective bias.
Into the wind.
The issue is the factory stuff was put in too early. You can make an argument for that, yeah. Now that I think about it, they should have made like the factory like an end game mechanic and probably focused on like it being a big thing at the end game for like end game mats and shit. Introducing it right at the beginning with how, well, you know, how should I say this? With how deep it is for sure something.
Can you keep up?
The hype would have already been non-existent. I really don't think so.
Onward.
Like, if anything, I think that, like, if you've seen it, I think, like, yesterday, after the first day, or after, like, 2 days of Enfield being out, their search and hype and interest died down so fucking incredibly quickly, and the only explanation for it is people got gated by the factory system. If you let it marinate, right? Let someone think, bait them into thinking there's no factory system for like a few weeks until they hit the end game. Even if they don't fuck with the factory system, just because of sunk cost fallacy, they will try to learn it. And then you'd have probably larger player retention. But they fucking just threw that shit at you instantly at the beginning. And for a lot of people, in what I'd assume is in their opinions, it gets in the way of learning the combat, doing some exploration, you know, the stuff they're usually used to. Now, I'm not saying they need to adhere to what I'm saying, but I think it would have been more effective for sure if they just introduced the factory more later on. Right now, the factory's 80% of Twitter. I mean, it would have been 80% of Twitter just a few days later. That's kind of the only difference. Like, either way, you would have had the factory memes and the factory hype. hype would be dead by that point. I just don't think so.
Let's not linger.
Maybe, maybe.
Bamboo.
I mean, I've heard they already have a blueprint system for people who don't like the factory system, where you can just copy other people's shit, put it real quick in your thing, and it's one and done. So they have tried to, like, you know, to a certain extent, make it easier for the lazy player who doesn't give a shit about the factory system. See, take care, Everly. Take care. Good luck.
Onward. Behold.
Yeah, Rico. But yeah, it just ain't for me. That's all it is. I'm not gonna hate on the game for having its system.
Can you keep up?
If anything, it's more of a like I'm just lazy, and at the same time, too incompetent to want to quickly pick it up. I'm very used to the normal gacha thing of like Genshin and Wuwa and stuff, so I mean I just got filtered, man. It is what it is. Absolutely amazing game though. There's too many gacha games coming out. Yeah, that's why I'm like less inclined to even bother learning it. It's not that I don't think I can, but it's like I'm playing Bleach Soul Resonance, I'm playing Wu, and I'm playing Honkai Star Rail currently. So that's three different gachas actively. And then I know for a fact I'm going to pick up Silver Palace whenever it releases in probably like a year from now. And so now I'll have four. Like, it do I really right like really want to add another huge ass gacha game with a factory system on top of those four gachas on top of my IRL shit? Like, no, right? I'm already struggling to keep up with these three. Okay, there are some days I don't even log in HSR. Some days I forget to log into Bleach Soul Resonance. If anything, Silver Palace would have a bigger optimization issue than Wuwa, unless they really made it a priority. Because Silver Palace is UE5, which like has even more optimization issues than UE4, I'm pretty sure.
Onward.
I log into 8 every day, your motivation is weak. Well, yeah, I don't disagree. I'm lazy.
Into the
It's like a big part of me. I love being lazy. So, I like taking my time with things. I like a lot of free time. Yeah, exactly, Rico. To be honest, one of the biggest reasons sometimes why I buy monthly passes isn't even just for the extra pulls, but it's like I can just log in 2 seconds quick, grab the daily login from the monthly pass, and then get off. Because even if I do my dailies, it's like only 60 asterite or 60 currency, which is like almost a third of a pull. Like, yeah, dude, let me just miss this day for once. Someone with that many ults and gachas can't call themselves lazy. I mean, I only, I'm gonna be dead ass. The only reason my Anoxa account is still free to play is just for the people on my channel who complained about all my accounts having money spent on it. That's the only reason I still play that shit. Or the only reason I haven't spent money on it. My free to play account exists to counter everybody's argument that the game is absolutely impossible to be free to play in and you like consistently clearing if you stop pulling. Like once I get my Cyrene Saridra and once I get my Sparkle for my Archer, I should probably be able to do a true zero cycle or near it. And I'll make a video on that.
Can you
And
keep
once
up?
I do that, I mean there really isn't anything else to do. I kind of just beat the game at that point. So that's why I still play that one. But like for example, on my WooWa accounts, I'm not even logging into my card account. Right. And then in Bleach Soul Resonance, I only have one main account. So eventually I'll only have one main account on all of the games. Because just showing people that I can clear on a free-to-play account isn't enough in HSR. People will always continue to deny it. The only way to really go like hard on it and for people to realize like, you know, the game is for sure playable free-to-play is if I do a true zero cycle.
Let's not linger.
Do you still play Where Winds Meet or is it Dead?
Onward.
I'm not playing it right now, no. Where Winds Meet is a game, you can treat Where Winds Meet like a solo player game. It's not a normal gacha. So, when you really want to play that type of game, you just come back to it at some point, grind the fuck out of it for a little bit, and then you take a break and you come back like that. Zero FOMO? Yeah. Unless you're a whale who gets FOMO'd by outfits worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. But, I'm not one of them. Ugh. I need to get Sunday for Saber. Good luck. Yeah, secret name. Where Winds Meet is a really, really solid game. I heard like it's more normalized in like China and shit because gachas are also more normalized there. That like some people spend that copious amount of money just to like flex as a sign of status. It's kind of like over here, you know, people buy
Let's not
like
linger.
incredibly overly expensive clothes like Gucci and shit as like a so-called sign of status to flex on others. I heard it's like the same thing in gachas over there. So that's probably why Where Winds Meet and all these gachas make so much fucking money. People would literally go into debt just to flex on other humans, which is insanity to me.
Onward.
Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I go into etalons and sequences, but that is 100% personal interest. Does Where Winds Meet have a factory system? No, but they do have a system where you can like build shit. And in the CN version of the game, which we'll eventually get, it's taken to such a level where you can basically create, well, your own territories. You can create literal like planes, if you know what you're doing, you can create basically anything and for like mobility or whatever and use it in your world of where winds meet, which is honestly even more complicated than the factory system in Enfield. Can you start a family? I don't know, but you can marry other characters. What's your opinion on some people complaining about having to play the game to get pulls in Enfield instead of getting pulls from events? I mean, from what I've seen, the recurring pull count, given the first patch, should be about 70 to 80, which is good. With their gacha system, that's fine. And yes, a lot of people are underestimating the pull count because they aren't getting as far into the game as they think they are. And they put a shit ton into the permanent rewards. So, I mean, it's to be expected. From what I've seen, I think the total limited pull count ranges from 200 to 250, which, I'll be fair, I did say on streams before that it base pulls on like the launch patch will probably matter as compared to like WUA and other stuff and comparing it to see how its pull count may be in the future. And WUA is the highest. Both WUA and ZZZ at 250. HSR was like 210, right? So the game is exactly up there with those other games in terms of the amount of pulls you can get in the first patch. Now, are they as easily attainable? Probably not, but it still doesn't change the fact that there's that many pulls available. Yeah, I think the problem with Arknight's Enfield is people just get filtered at the very beginning. And this is probably what has led to a lot of people saying the game gives no pulls. They play the game for like 2 or 3 hours like I did, realize that they've barely gained any fucking pulls in the slightest, and then instantly go out and say that the game, well, its pull count is fucking abysmal, right? And obviously, we now know that isn't true.
Let's not linger.
It just is what it is.
One strike. Settle it all. Too slow.
Isn't getting pulls as you play because it's a valuable reward rather than wasting pulls in the beginning then getting upset? What? Isn't getting pulls as you play because it's a valuable reward better than wasting pulls in the beginning and getting upset there isn't valuable loot in the game? I mean, it just depends on the player. I'm gonna be honest. Like, here's the reality, and you know, it is kind of calling out other gotcha CCs, but I think this is just a natural thing. Okay. What's likely happening is a lot of the CCs who are dooming the pull count for Enfield are probably as lazy as me, and this is just the reality. They probably aren't built for the factory system. They aren't built for the progression system that Enfield has different as compared to the games they're used to. And so, because the game isn't familiar, they just don't fuck with it. And so they're probably going out and saying this shit about the pulls because they haven't made as much progress. They don't feel I'd say, as rewarded for making that early progress that to them probably felt like a slog, right? So they probably instantly think to themselves, man, right? I put in hours.
Onward.
I'm learning this tutorial. I'm learning this factory system. I've barely gotten rewarded anything. Surely it's still fucking dog shit later on, right? And then they make their posts about how shitty the poll count is without actually progressing any further. They just get filtered. That just is what, that's just how it goes. Like, as far as I've seen, every creator who has given Enfield a fair shot and has gone like far into the game has not been dooming the poll count. Like, they haven't really.
Can you keep up?
We will all main Arknight's Enfield on Gabby's soul. Dude, what did I do? Why am I being included in this? Gotta study, have a good stream? Thank you. Good luck on your studies, Grizzly. I mean, I don't disagree at all, Apex. Like, I really don't disagree. I completely agree with you. It's just, you know, gacha communities, gacha CCs, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, right? It's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, would you even, let's be honest, would you even want those people in your game, right? Would you want a situation like Saint Tontaz did with ZZZ, where he pretended he actually cared about ZZZ just so he could use its name and slander it as much as possible with Wua? Like, do you want people like that
Into the way.
to keep playing the game, forcing themselves to, just to keep up their agenda? Like, at the end of the day, if people get filtered, it's a good thing that they got filtered. And if they're talking out of their fucking ass, then hey, they're talking out of their ass. Anybody who actually plays the game knows that, right?
Answer my call.
Also, from what I've seen, some of these CCs have been getting their asses beat by the Enfield community. Like, they have been getting their asses beat. Even the ones with some of like the biggest followings and the most tribalistic fan bases still have people fucking cooking their shit and exposing their asses for the hypocrisy and stuff. So, because of how hype Enfield is right now, people are not having it. I'm level 38 with 70 pulls so far. Nice, Flogon. Zane showed level 43 and he only has like 20 pulls on it. Isn't it possible that he's just progressing through main quest and doing nothing else? I'd assume that's the most likely reason. Yeah, that may be it. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Because, like, if I remember correctly, a huge part of the, like, 250 pull count for the patch is attributed towards the overworld exploration and, like, side quests and, like, other shit. But mainly, like, overworld exploration. Oh, yeah, I watched Rin's video. Rin said that the majority of pulls are behind the exploration and chests. So if you don't do that shit and you only do the main quest and you don't bother doing anything else, your pull count would probably be low as fuck. We talking about Enfield? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that probably makes sense then, yeah. Saint probably skipped the overworld exploration and the shit that has the biggest
Keep up.
pull income and just did main quest and just kept questing. But it's like like Wua wouldn't do that either. I'm confused. Like if you're a new player in Wua and you only do main quests, you aren't getting that many pulls either. So, I mean, why is he even mad? Yeah, Rin's been going hard on the Enfield hype and capitalizing on it. I'm happy for him. He puts so much work into editing shit too.
Onward.
Like I literally remember we were talking in DMs a while back and he was asking me if it was like worth it for him to keep doing how highly edited his content was because he felt like there wasn't much reason in it since drama slop creators and like slop creators like me, like we can make shit that is complete slop, but if it has like an inflammatory title, it gets the same amount of views as his highly edited videos, and he doesn't want to go down the drama slop route. And I was like, I don't know.
Can you keep up?
Like, if you only care about the quick views and money, I'd highly recommend you don't bother with the edited content. But, in my opinion, it could be a long-term investment. And if you have the passion for it, the edited content would end up blooming at some point and massively being a hit for your channel. And it ended up happening. It just took Enfield.
Onward.
I did originally tell him I didn't think it was worth it for specifically the Wua space though. Like the Wua space, even when they had like Maggie, like views aren't crazy for the actual good guide makers and shit in Wua, and the drama CCs are really the ones that get the most views in this game. So when it came to Wua specifically, I just told him straight up, I don't even think the highly edited content is worth it. But it ended up being worth it for Enfield, so happy for him.
Into the wind.
If you make nicely edited videos, it'll do well. I know.
Let's not let
I don't even need to put that much effort into editing, and my channel would be significantly larger than it is now. But I really like it just feels so good treating this as like a pure hobby and like not trying to, put any edits or anything on it cuz like I don't care about the money really. You know what I'm saying? Like I get some money off of the ads of my videos and that's basically it. No sponsorships, no bullshit, no filters. Y'all just get the raw footage. And I prefer it that way personally. Guys, let's not talk about this in chat, please. But yes, there's some shit going on. There's no confirmation on really anything. It keeps going back and forth on what's actually real info and what isn't. Sorry? No, it's okay. You don't need to be sorry. It's just like when it comes to IRL shit that's like as insane as this, I don't want like misinformation to possibly be spread by people who are usually in my community and it ends up aging badly. Because then that makes me look bad too.
onward.
Yeah, I will say from the looks of it, it is quite serious for sure. court case thing's been happening for 2 years. No, I'm aware of that. But the actual conclusion of it
Let's not.
is like being mixed up constantly by people who absolutely hate him and as well as people who love him. Like it's being mixed both ways. So there's like it's hard to say there's anything even concrete.
Keep up. Behold this guy. One strike. Settle it all.
Tectone leaving Wuwa is good for us. The unfortunate part is he got his paws a little too in deep, and so his disciples are now incredibly popular, but yeah. To be honest, if Tectone was still in this space, Wuwa would be twice as toxic. Like that break he took off the game, and also that tweet he made and changing his community on Twitter to not have gacha. Like all of those things combined, dead ass lessened the gacha tribalism in this game by at least like half. And even still, it's pretty bad, but like it's way better than it used to be. Didn't he start the Genshin versus Wuwa shit? Well, there were also just random people on obviously the Genshin side because Genshin was like so hyped and basically unbeatable. Um, when it came to the Genshin versus Wuwa comparisons, but yes, when it came to the unhealthy comparisons and popularizing it so much, it was 100% him. It isn't even a debate. And then a bunch of other CCs. Literally, some of the biggest Wuwa CCs, or, you know, it's hard to call them Wuwa CCs, like I've said in a video before, but you get what I mean. Like, they started making this content and copying basically from Tectone. Like, they just copied
Let's
Tectone
not linger.
and started making hit pieces and comparison videos in bad faith. That's where it came from. Who are you pulling for HSR 4.x? I don't know. On my free-to-play account, I already know what I'm going for, but on my Cassie account, truthfully, I really don't know. I think I might get Sparksy at this point, just because I'm like wholeheartedly confident she'll be a sub DPS in Yai's team. Like I am insanely confident, or at least Yao Guang, to guarantee the elation support. Something like that.
Onward.
We should stop letting him live rent free. I mean, we're not talking. Well, my chat is, but we're not talking about Tectone because we're genuinely scared of his gacha videos from 6 months ago. I brought up Tectone because he's the reason why some of the biggest tribalist Wuwa CCs in the space are as big and are where they are.
Can you keep up?
Like, if we're talking about a single point that kind of started everything, you know, the big bang of popularizing this gacha tribalism, it was just Tectone. Because he liked farming videos and it made as much money as possible. Like, you need to understand, it got so bad to the point where he himself went to Twitter. Like, keep in mind, this is long after he originally started doing this type of content. This is years after he started this type of content, right? And I think it was like half a year ago, maybe a little less than that, where he tweeted himself that he's sick of the Wua community and how tribalistic they are and how much they compare to Genshin and other Hoyo games. Like, he himself, the originator, tweeted that shit. Insanity. Hello, Joe.
Up.
I feel beyond Rin and you. I don't know the greater Wua community beyond drama farmers. I mean, there's some guide makers like Sweetly. Dude, I love watching this guy's content. Julius CH. Oh my god, the guy like uses a lot of teams, shows some pretty solid clears, pretty high skill clears for people's accounts. I really like him. You have like Sweetly, you have him, you have Rin. Nah, not Maggie. Maggie doesn't do content anymore. There's another one I'm not remembering. I don't know. They're escaping me. Watch Jadoli. I've heard a lot. I've heard a few people say her name at this point. I'm assuming she's probably a story player, or I could be wrong. But I feel like usually when people bring up like a person no drama, they're usually story players. She's a Wua Genshin CC? Okay.
Can you keep up?
Jadali's a casual, wholesome player? That's nice. Oh yeah, you have Rexlin. Rexlin is like for the sweats. Well, does he do like most optimal rotations for Wua characters? I just know he does like the what's it called? Like those showcases of like for example, like no hit hologram, right? He likes really, really challenging himself. And he likes showing it off. He did the same thing for Where Winds Meet now that I remember. Where he do like no hit runs, just completely running through a boss. Guy has crazy dedication. He came from PGR too, I think. Oh, okay, secret name.
Let's not linger.
Would you call Optimus Prime a clanker for a free S6 character in Wuwa? I mean, I can just say it under my breath, no. So yeah, I'll take it. Those guys that no hit runs, yeah. Rexcellent was like, I'm not sure how his Where Winds Meet videos are doing now because I myself haven't played Where Winds Meet in a bit, so they're not on my recommended. But he was getting a really, really good amount of views for Where Winds Meet when it first came out. Hype was insane. How dare you be racist against Autobots? Hey, it's an S6, man.
Can you keep up? Behold. Onward.
I want Wuwa to add a capybara. They already did though. But it's like stuck to Chisa. And it's not really part of her combat, but I'm not sure if it's already there. They have, but it's like stuck to Chisa basically.
Can you
I mean, there's no point on harping on this discussion anymore. I think I'd like to say, this may be preemptive, too quick, but I genuinely believe from the reception I've gotten on my most recent hypocrisy video and how much better it was as compared to my older one. I think the Wua community is genuinely like healing over time and realizing like, wow, maybe these people were kind of stupid. Like I didn't really receive much hate, much negative comments. So, Wua community I would like to say is for sure getting better. Just takes time, just takes time. Gotta get over the honeymoon phase in these gacha games. Then people have to like have CCs, uh, tell them everything, how's it going down, and then it just ends up being healthier. It ends up being better.
into the wind? Onward.
Should I pull for the upcoming banner in the new Wua patch or should I skip? Well, if leaks are true for 3.2, 3.2 is way more of a skip patch as compared to 3.1. But then you would have the Annie character in 3.3, so maybe it's worth it. It's hard to say, man. Just see if there's any, characters that you're really interested in from the 3.1 banners, and if not, then just save.
Nothing that won't heal.
Can you explain the reasoning to skip Ameth? I mean, realistically, there isn't really reasoning to skip Ameth. Ameth is probably the best DPS for anyone to invest into right now. Saw some comments in your new video saying you are... I mean, it just is what it is, man. It's whatever. These people don't know me. It's like I've talked about before. Like, if they knew the videos I've made on HSR, like, they just wouldn't say this shit. I am max passion when HSR pisses me off on something, and I am completely unfiltered. So... Ameth gonna fight over Rover with Cart? No. Ameth doesn't synergize with any Rover. What do you mean? Ameth's team is like, you can use either Lupa as a second slot with Mornai,
Can you keep
and it'll be like 2.x DPS level, or you use Lene Mornai, and she's like exponentially strong as Cart.
Let's not linger.
You can also use SK on the third slot, Chisa on the third slot, 2.x DPS level. So she has pretty forgiving team options. Now, not free to play, but she has alternative team options, and she'll get even more when she gets her Fusion Burst sub DPS. That's not really something you see often.
Into the wind.
You need a Doom post HSR day on a daily basis to not be a Hoyo shill? Yeah, basically. That's what a lot of people ask from me. Like, they think if I make a Wua slander video, if I don't make a HSR slander video like the next day, that it means I'm a Hoyo shill. But it's like, what is there even a slander on HSR, right? I mean, I literally say that game has, it's a fucking boring filler patch. I've been complaining about this for so fucking long at this point, but it's like there's nothing to really complain about or get mad at because there isn't anything new. I gotta wait until the region comes out, more info comes out. If there's anything to even get mad at, or like I don't know. I'm especially passionate about that last video because, dude, one, the last video about like the Lua CCs. This is something I've had to deal with. I had to deal with like harassment from their communities for months on end after those Annie videos. It was so bad. And then this one, I hate the echo. Oh my, bro, I feel like I'm gonna go on a rant about the ecosystem in this game with how angry it makes me. I bring this example up every time, right? A few weeks ago, when I got this goddamn Prolova, okay? When I got this Prolova early from the Game Awards 10 pull, right? I spent money to get her Sig, and then I got Battle Pass so I could get main stat selectors. This forecast right here, okay? This forecast, I have spent over 50 main selectors, multiple hours manually farming Nightmare Hecates. I still don't have a double crit of this god-forsaken Echo. Okay? Like, are you kidding me? 50 main stats. I have gone through thousands of XP, thousands of tuners, and I've gotten fucking nothing to show for it from one Echo. Keep in mind, this isn't an entire set. This is one Echo costing me this much to get a single double crit on it. Skill issue? Physical orb for Phanon flashbacks? Yeah, basically. This is the same thing that happened when I was trying to farm a physical orb for my Phanon without crafting one on my old main account. I mean, technically I just gave it to someone else, right? Someone else has my E2 Phanon account now. Legit, like 1 or 2 patches straight of farming for that fucking orb, and I never got it. But like, at least in HSR you can craft it, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you save up the self-modeling resin from like half a patch, then you're able to craft it. I can't craft anything in this game. No, I didn't sell the hack. I still have it. I could log into it right now. But
Keep up.
I simply gave it to someone else. Technically still my account. They said they wanted to manage it, but like in reality, I basically gave it to them for free because I'm just way too lazy to care about the account anymore. Because it's like there's no way I'm playing 3 HSR accounts at once, man. Let's be fucking honest here. Do you think Luke is less reliant on Mornai now? No. Did something change recently that made him less reliant on Mornai? I'm pretty sure his damage went up with the free-to-play team, but so did his team with Mornai. I think it's at like 2.2 now. I am not a millionaire. I fucking wish, man. I wish I was a millionaire. You see the DPS calc? I mean, I saw some calcs in 2x break rotation and SK was 3% weaker. No, that's normal, Raj. I'm pretty sure that's normal. What makes Mornai more like important in the team has nothing to really do with her amp ability. The reason people prefer to use Mornai with Luke is because of the fact that he needs to hit 4 tune breaks to max out his inherent scaling in his kit. So Mornai's off-tune build-up, even though technically, right, if you just take it off the face value, it's only 3%. But because she makes Luke hit his max potential faster, it's technically more. But this still means SK is perfectly viable. So yes. It's just Lene. Lene is the one that, like,
Can
you
keep up?
really, okay, I don't say this lightly, you really want Lene. Didn't they change his inherent? I mean, I can check the calc right now and see if it's still similar. Let's see the Luke calc. Nope, it's still about the same. Wait! I think I might have a picture from the earlier version. 1 second. So I can compare. Because we do comparing waves over here, okay? We do comparing waves. Um... No, nothing has changed. His inherent is still the same. So, at 2x breaks, his Lene Mornai team does 2 mil. At 4x breaks, his Lene Mornai team does 2.2 million. So, his damage overall got buffed, which buffed like the 2x breaks calc, but the difference between each other is still the exact same. And then Kem puts a disclaimer at the end. While SK looks close to Mornai in these calcs, Mornai helps the team reach peak damage faster than SK. I mean, either way, only like hitting 2 milli and his best in slot team was Sigs at 2 breaks. I mean, that's more than that's more than every 2.x main DPS not named Cart in a 1-2-3 rotation. So, you don't even need to stress the inherent scaling as much. It seems the same to me, Raj. It seems incredibly similar.
Can you keep up?
Like the old version, I think was like
Let's not let
2x breaks did like 1.85 million on the peak team, and then his 4x breaks team did like 2.05 or 2.1, and now it's the 4x breaks teams does 2.2, and the 2x does like 2 mil. It's kind of the same thing. I don't think really anything has changed.
onward.
What bosses causes the most interrupt for S0Q? Wouldn't know. As an S6 owner. But yeah, I've literally never played this guy at S0, so I genuinely wouldn't know. It's probably some Lahai Roy enemy, considering how much more active they are. Just disable the dupes? True. How much you spent to S6? 0. Okay, so listen up, listen up. Listen to the genius of Gabimaru. I made this account to speedrun clearing Wuwa endgame and vertically invest in Galbraina. But I changed my mind and I decided to make this a more casual account in which I'd get QU1. So I got incredibly lucky with my pulls, managed to get S6 QU1, and now I'm deciding to get Galbraina. So I decided to not get Galbraina anymore to get QU1, and now I'm back to pulling for Galbraina. This is the genius of Gabimaru. Okay? Thank you for all of you who are seated. S6 Galbraina? Yep. Exactly. S6 Glob. I originally thought, you know, Galbraina, I don't care about her anymore, right? Now I have QU1, the Aura Max, or the Aura Farmer. And then one day it hits me. I want to fold. I want to fold for Galbraina. How do you have so many 5 stars limited in this account? I kind of talked about it, but I had insane luck on this account. I got a ton of QU1 earlies and shit. And I've gotten 2 earlies recently too. But they were 50-50 losses. I got an early with Fro with the 10 pull I got from the Game Awards, and then I spent money on her weapon. And I got an early with Lene as well. Yeah, I got an early with Lene as well. And then I also got another early recently, but it was a 50-50 loss. So, I'm guaranteed. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, interrupt immunity is actually useful for quite a few characters in this game. Especially if, like, you don't want to bother interrupting a rotation. And you know it's, like, fine if you get hit. Because, like, obviously, it's so easy to heal with healers in this game. Like, the enemies, unless you're going against specific bosses meant to be incredibly challenging, like holograms, you just won't die if you have any healer, right? So the interrupt res allows you to ignore shit and just keep it pushing on a rotation. I think you should get Ameth. Nah, we getting Galbraina, buddy. We getting Galbraina, okay? Nobody's pulling mid-meth. Hilarious, right? But nobody's pulling mid-meth.
Can you keep up?
You're folding for Ameth, buddy. Said the same thing about Lene. Lene was a special case scenario, and I got her early, which was unexpected. She was simply a byproduct of me building pity, which I obviously wouldn't complain about, right? But she wasn't my main focus. Listen, guys. Have you ever seen me fold outside of mistakes or accidents? No. The answer is no. So why would you doubt my conviction for Galbrina? Holy gaslighting? Nah. It's you guys who are trying to gaslight me into thinking that things that aren't even folds are folds. At this point, we doubt anything you say. But why? I'm innocent. It's like, you know what?
To the wind.
It's okay. My point will be proven
Onward.
in this upcoming patch. When I get all in on Glob, I fulfill the team, start going into her sequences on the Annie. History will be made. That's all I'm going to say. History will be made. You already ditched her in 2.7. You don't deserve her. If you think about it, did I really? Is it ditching if I got her best in slot support S6? Not really. Because eventually, if I get her sequence invested, I will put her with QU1, and she will be exponentially stronger because of it. So, hey, how many of you can say you got your Galbrina in S6 support, best in slot? How many of you? Exactly. That's what I fucking thought. You weren't thinking of her? And who's the judge of that? How do you know what goes on in my machinations in my mind? Trick question, because you don't. I folded for Ameth because I already have a Lene on this account. I mean, the thing is, Galbrina can work because Lene is just, well, power creep. Let's not sugarcoat it, okay? Because Lene is power creep, she's technically best in slot for like almost everyone, if not close to it. So, Lene Mornai team with Galbrina is basically the same power as QU1 SK. Now, eventually I plan to put her with my QU1, but it's like, I'm a new account, okay? I'm broke. I need to keep QU1 a main DPS so I can tackle more content. What do you want me to do?
Onward.
I mean, I hope you guys understand. I don't hate Ameth. Like, Ameth is super cool. She is genuinely, like, such an interesting character. But, like, the combat just looks so boring. Like, I never thought I'd say this. Like, I'm a fucking Honkai Star Rail player, okay? Like, I'm used to the animations being overkill without there being the most insane amount of substance. But, like, dude, it's insane. Like at least Cartethia, right? Like you can maybe say Cartethia has crazy animations too, but if we're being honest, it's mainly her lib that people glaze, right? It's the second lib, um, and then like Floridalis does have good animations, but it's not like they're literal cutscenes. Ameth has like 2 or 3 different moves that are old cutscenes that like get rid of the HUD, get rid of the enemy, time stop, and you can spam this shit. You know what I'm saying? Also, an advantage Galbrina has with me personally is the fact that she's a pistol weapon user. Pistol weapons are my favorite in the entirety of this game. Easily. 100% pistol. Second favorite is sword. But first is pistol. So, Galbraina has that going for her as well. And of course, I have QU1 on my account. So it's like, I can eventually pair her with my QU1, which is nice. It's just perfect. She's absolutely perfect. And yes, she's weaker than Ameth. Like, by how much? She's weaker than Ameth by like 20 to 25%. Right. Yeah. About 20 to 25%. But that's so easy to make up, right? Like, one, I have S6QU1. That alone makes up for it. But if I get her S1 or S2, that jump is gone. So it's like... Also, she doesn't need her SIG. Technically, Ameth... Okay, so Ameth gets like a 22% jump from her SIG over EOG. Right. That's solid. But if you look at Galbraina calcs, dude, her SIG is useless. Okay? Because of this pistol, if you obviously time tune breaks correctly to take full advantage of its buff, her SIG is only 8% better than this standard pistol. Holy shit. That saves me an extra 80 pulls. Oh, 100%. Apex Predator, 100%. I mean, they probably would have made up for that, obviously, by giving a different focus. But yeah, like, the mech is 100% it's like Firefly. It really is just like Firefly. Like, even though there's a lot of people that love Firefly herself, especially in the West, so many people pulled Firefly just because of the suit. Like, it just looks so cool.
Let's not linger.
But literally the only reason... Listen, the thing that mainly enticed me to possibly pull Ameth wasn't the animations, okay? Wasn't her strength.
Into the wind.
Wasn't her sequences. You want to know what it was? It was when I saw that she had that broken ass exploration with her mech. I'm being dead serious. If there were anything to entice me to pulling her, that was the first thing that, like, in my head, I was like, oh, wait a second, what's this? Right? Because it was going fast. That shit covers a lot of ground. It looks fun, yeah. I think Ameth is an amazing pull though. Like, please don't get it wrong. Galbraina is like a personal pull. No different to how QU1's a personal pull on this account, and obviously like not the most meta choice. Ameth has two different teams. So you can go two different avenues, which is already technically more teammate accessibility as compared to some other characters, right? Like, how many people have you guys seen complain at this point about not wanting to get Cart Chacona because they fucking hate Chacona or they hate the singing, right? So now you have two options for sub DPSs. You have two options for third slot on the team.
Onward.
Now, Kuro wins by doing this too. Like, I'm not saying they're like, oh, W Kuro. Like, they make more money off of making a super anticipated character have multiple best in slots. But I'd say both the player and as well as the game win. in the end. What happened to my free Luke? The delusion. I was told he was free, then you got trolled. Because he was never announced free, he was never leaked free, it was just pure hopium.
Onward. Let's not linger.
Alright, chat. It's now 9:30 for me. I think this is a good time to end it. I managed to force myself to be awake for longer. I'm gonna go goon now. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night.